Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joel Duggan and we are here in Westhill on the Citadel server working on the western cliffs just this side of town. You can see where we left off on the weekend where we were taking out some of this dirt and replacing it with stone and putting some snow layers up there to replace the dirt that had snow on it that we take out. So we're going to pick up where we left off. I've got an inventory full of stone here. I was taking screenshots before. Yeah, inventory full of stone and dirt. So we've got to sort that out. Voldare subscribed at tier 1. 9 months. That's the fire keystone badge. Despite not being the top badge, that is my favorite badge. Really appreciate that. Thanks so much. And MindTripMedia with 100 bits. Great way to kick off the stream. I don't think we need the snow, but we do need the layers. Now, do I have enough room in here for dirt? I do not. So we're going to have to start putting the dirt in here. I guess we'll keep a little bit. Don't know why we would need coarse dirt, but we'll keep some on us anyway. Definitely want more andesite. I'm gonna need to get more stone too. Cool. Seems like it's a quiet day here on Twitch. So I think where I want to stop is up here around this level. I think these two should be dirt. So anything below those two levels, we're going to change to stone. I'm not sure why, but I always thought that snow layers were thicker than that. But they're a full 2 pixels? I thought they were a single pixel. But maybe I'm thinking of carpet. Hey, CJ, how's it going? Hope you're having a good day. We're doing the grindy tasks today, which I don't mind, because the end result looks so much better. I was doing some tests before I started the streaming, which is why I was a little bit late, trying to figure out if there's a couple of shaders that I could use that I might be able to have like low-end shaders, but the problem with shaders, I think, in my video card is that the video card just struggles when it's trying to do streaming at the same time. Don't need that there. Going well, says CJ. Just enjoying a fireplace and a coffee. Right on. Remind me, CJ, you're in like Colorado area, like that area in the States. Definitely experiencing winter. We're getting a lot of rain here, actually. It's been above 0 for the last couple of days. And getting like a lot of heavy rain. All of our snow is pretty much gone now. And we had several feet of snow. The only thing that's not great about this is that if I miss a spot, it's going to be a pain in the butt to go get it. But also, it's going to stand out like a sore thumb. The brown up against the stone. Miss anything? Oh, coal. Night Owl, thanks for the lurk, appreciate it. And Elcorn95, the mighty Elcorn, the 12-month gift subscription courtesy of Cosmic Dancer has entered month 6. Thanks for the shout out for Cosmic Elcorn, appreciate it. I wonder if a vein of calcite would look good where the dirt is. No, clash with the snow. Probably get confused. Too bright. I've got some andesite veins that are happening naturally that I'll just accentuate a little bit, but this is meant to be a backdrop. It's not meant to really bring attention. By removing the dirt, I'm hoping to remove the attention that it grabs, so I want it to kind of fade into the background and not really be thought about too much. The hard part is just being so close to it. It's hard on the eyes to be building and digging like the 1 meter in front of your face. Usually the most comfortable distance is something like 3 or 4 meters away. Well, maybe 2 or 3. I think 4 is kind of your reach maximum, but got all of that. Just kind of keep on dropping down. I think we've got most of this. Did I miss any spots? We'll do some stuff over there on the edge. Now, I wonder if I've chosen correctly. So down here, you really can't see anything beyond that point. And so I think that's probably pretty good. And if we go far enough away, even get a little bit higher. Yeah, that's about what I want. I'm okay with seeing like the top parts there if it's overlapped by the stone. I think that makes sense. But you can see how I guess more stoic this feels than this. This feels very odd. To me, anyway. Just got some edge bits, but I need to sleep before I go back up there. Thanks for the shout out for Elcorn, of course. Elcorn, one of the folks that streams from Infinity Cove, my patron server. Humba, been lurking for a while, but looks fantastic. Thanks very much. Appreciate that. More mounting? Yes, more mountain smoothing. That's what we're doing. Pretty chill. Weekday stream, not gonna be super long. I just wanted to... I feel like the thing that I have been successful at, and I attribute this to my, my history as an entrepreneur, and I was thinking about this a lot lately. I think a lot of my discipline in life and in work comes from my time in the gym. And did I not sleep? I thought I slept. Maybe it didn't take. I should just bring a bed up here with me. And that's like the amount of consistency I feel that I have when working on projects like Westhill. Even if I only have 2 hours to stream, I absolutely log in and do it. You know, like I hit that stream every time, you know, and I feel like that has been really instrumental in the constant, even if it's slow, march forward that this project has had. So if you're ever working on a project like this, I'd say the biggest tip I can give is just the consistency. So even if it's not the most exciting aspect of it, like smoothing out a mountain, just logging in and putting in a couple hours. I need to kind of take a bit of my own advice and do that when I'm editing podcasts. I'm really behind on things like the Citadel Cafe, to the point where I don't know if it's necessarily harming the outreach, but we just recorded an episode yesterday about the new Avatar show on Netflix, and it was a great conversation with Pixelriffs and I can't publish it yet because I haven't published the other episode that I recorded in the beginning of February, and I started editing that this morning, but I really wish I could have a little bit more of a consistency with the timing on those. And that's no one's fault but my own, just being disorganized and distracted. And also, there's been a lot of work going into the gym lately, and I feel like that limits my time, because not only does it cut into a little bit of my day where I don't stop working at 5. I'm usually done by around 4, and that just gets me to the gym ahead of the crazy rush hour, you know. But the issue, of course, is that after the gym, I'm just so tired after dinner that I don't end up going back into the studio, and that's where I was doing a lot of my editing for the Citadel Cafe was at nighttime. I know the terraforming things can get busy and tedious sometimes, but man, it really helps all the work in the city pop. Yeah, I agree. I think that, you know, being aware of things like contrast in a composition, you think about like a screenshot as a painting, and if the things that you want to be of interest should be high contrast, and the things that you want people to ignore should be low contrast. And that's the issue here, is that there's a very high contrast between the dirt and the stone. And so if we go back over here, right, that's a high contrast area, so it draws attention, whereas this is very low contrast, right? There's a little bit of white, a little bit of gray. It's even really close to the sky in terms of tone, right? So it's all very similar. And so that kind of fades into the background, whereas this is very distracting from all of this. I imagine when we get all of this turned into stone, you'll see the outline of this building very, very clear. Now, I mean, you're usually not going to be standing on a roof. You're usually going to be much, much lower, right? But even then, like, I feel like there are points in the town. I mean, I guess, you know, views from the wall, like if you're up on top of the tower or whatever. You know, well, here's a good example. Like, once all that brown dirt is removed, the outline of this bell tower is going to be super easy to see, I think. I just have to decide how far around the bend I want to take this. I feel like right about where that tree is. What I should do is I should paint in a little bit of a line. Yeah, right there. I'll just continue this little line that I was doing here. Take a quick peek back at that and see if that looks okay. Yeah, I think that'll be okay for now. Just to get it done. One of the neatest things about Minecraft, I think, is as much as I find it troubling when you're trying to texture certain small areas, I love the fact that you can look at a block space and place something. So like, rather than having to look at the top of this to place snow layer, I can look at just this block space and it still goes in the same spot. It's handy for when you're building things from a low perspective. The problem, of course, is that if you're trying to do something where you want to layer in some textures and you realize that this little thing then takes up this entire space. So you have to choose between this and then something that would go on the side there. That's where I find it kind of a pain. Cosmic Dancer is not here. They have said that they are here, but not here. Backseat sofa modding, i.e., 0 cares given. Insert your favorite adult word. Now, I don't know if I need to go back farther. I missed a spot. I feel like some of this can just be left. But we definitely want to get rid of that little spot that I missed. Now here, I'm okay with layering some dirt in front of it to kind of make it look like it's part of the world. Maybe we'll go one more layer of stone here. But stuff like that makes sense. Cosmic's not sure why they're talking about themselves in the third person. Every once in a while, I think it's worth a go. You never know what you might learn about yourself talking about yourself in the third person. There was an old comedy sketch from a show called In Living Color in the 80s about a clown named Homie. And he talked about himself in the third person, and I found it very funny. The catchphrase was "Homie, don't play that," which basically means he doesn't agree. It was fun. Good show. It was probably a little bit old for me at the time, but that's fine. Yeah, I just want to maybe smooth out that transition a little bit. Was a little bit straight. I think that's good enough. Yeah, so for the most part, you're not going to see the side of that from the points where it matters. Yeah, I feel like that blends in enough. You're not going to notice so much this stuff. That'll be a problem for future Joel when he's bored. So I think what I need to do then is just go around the top here and add in the spots where I want it to be stone, which is that layer right there, I think. Jumping up the staircase like this reminds me of those early days in Minecraft when you're trying to get around before you have elytra. I'm glad I'm not diving into trying to make this look like gradual snow layers. Definitely don't have that level of detail desired up here. All right, that gets us around the corner. feel like it might jump up here. Oh, it might go back down here. Oh, that's right. That has to be grass, doesn't it? I keep on meaning to go install that data pack that puts the right snow layers on the right textures and stuff. I keep on forgetting. Or not data pack, resource pack rather. And that almost gets us to the edge here. So I'll leave it there for now and say like this is a good top line for us to work with. Oh, we're out of snow. Be a little bit more careful. So that should give us a good top line to work towards. Yeah. My rule of just keeping it 2 blocks from the top, and then as the top changes height, it'll kind of curve down a little bit. I think that works. Oh, it's not so much the jumping up and down to make me dizzy. It's the placing blocks so close to my face. And we need more stone. So that means we should go empty this as well. True Purple, hello. It doesn't help that I have a really large 27-inch monitor that is probably a little bit too close to me, but I don't have enough room in my studio to push it farther back. It's on an arm. And unfortunately, the way that the arm works, if you move it side to side, the monitor doesn't stay level. And I don't know what's going on there. Crash. I guess what I could do is I could utilize the actual storage system. That would make sense. It should still work. I've got a water stream I can just dump all these things into. Yeah, it might be time to remove the mod. I just like the mod. Problem. Technically, that should work. Something's not working. Why are you not going? Did I break an elevator somewhere? Oh, there's a water stream missing. Huh. Wonder why. I'd say that's the only problem. So the way that this works is that it goes around in a loop. So as long as those keep going, then the hopper is full. Wrong hopper. That one. And unfortunately, there's only one slice, so it's only going to do like 20 items at a time. So those stacks will just keep on going around. Yeah, it's the smooth swapping mod. It's the one that animates. See how it goes from here to there? And it seems to only be a problem, that animation, when it's going into one of these big chests. That seems to be the issue. Shulker boxes, it doesn't seem to be a big problem. When I'm out at my shulker, little shulker island out there, that doesn't seem to be a big issue either. So from what I can tell, it's just inventory. It's chests. So yeah, it might be worth it to disable it. It's too bad because it's really cool. It makes Minecraft feel like more of a modern game. I also might not be running the most recent. Disable. So I might not be running the most recent one. Yeah, so it says there's an update available for 1.20.2, so they could have fixed it. We're on 1.20.1 currently, so it's not the mod's fault. It's my fault for not keeping everything up to date. I miss it though, like it's such a cool little mod. Do I have fortune? That's empty, and then this needs more stone. Little concerns about the mods and such with the 1.20.5. I think it's going to be a while before most stuff gets updated with the recent technical changes, so I'm honestly not expecting access to the armadillos and wolf armor until 1.21. I don't know. A lot of it is MBT data, and I was trying to remember. I don't think Tables and Chairs uses MBT data. I think it uses something else. It uses block data or something. Because MBT data has something to do with like an actual function, whereas the way that the Tables and Chairs mod works, it assigns a very high random number to the flap of a trapdoor, and then that then gives the model its like it allows the data pack to then choose what model to display. That's how that works. I guess at this point I can just leave the snow off the mountain and it'll just fill in on its own. Whoops. This is going to be quite a long process, but definitely worth it in the end. It's not so bad when I can look sideways like this because it's a lot farther from my nose. Because I don't have enough coal. I'm not sure what I'm going to use it all for, but they make really nice black blocks. It might be kind of fun to use that in some sort of sci-fi build or something down the line. Hopefully my optimism wins out. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I've got mixed feelings about data packs and stuff. It works out really well on things like Hermitcraft where they reset the server every year or every 2 years. But for places like the Citadel where we really don't have any plans or desire to reset, then it's one of those things where it creates more problems, I think, down the line. The thing that I think would end up happening if ever there was some sort of desire on the Citadel with myself or anybody else to start something new, we would just end up starting a new server. They're so affordable now that I'm doing Minecraft streams and podcasting and stuff for a living. It's such an accessible thing, and it's a business expense, and like it would be so much easier to just start something new, leave the Citadel as something that people want to continue on or return to or whatever, and just if we wanted that first days in Minecraft experience, that fresh server smell, as people joke around, then it really wouldn't be hard to just start something new. I've done it with Skyblock before. Oh, that's a big drop. Did I reach that? Yes. Not to place, though. So we've almost got all the dirt gone. Oh, that thunderstrike means that I can sleep. Am I cleaning up the mountain generation as I'm going, or just replacing the dirt blocks? No, I'm just replacing the dirt blocks. I every now and again there might be something that if I change it, I don't think I'm really doing it on purpose. I think I might either just be missing a block, or it's just an easy, simple fix to put down 2 instead of 3, or like, for example, here, rather than leaving this weird little 1 block gap, I'll probably leave it wider, right? But that's just like, it's a simple little thing, and that's not going to make a huge difference overall. But I think that's the face of it done at that level. So you can see, I mean, this we might actually want to reconsider the top up there. I might want to change the bottom part of that from andesite to something else. Maybe we use like a mud wall or something. We don't have any good brown walls, which is really frustrating. I wish they would make log fences and log walls. So yeah, that's the downside, is that some of these things might have to be changed a little bit. I don't know what we could replace up there on the very, very top. We might not want to put anything. We might want to say, all right, well, let's just get rid of the little spire thing. That works in this situation where there's nothing behind it. You know, like that. That's fine. But we might want to get rid of that. Although, it might not be so bad from other directions. No, same. You're really only going to notice it in its full silhouette when you've got nothing behind it. Like I said, not a fast process. I do find it easier to do slices. I do find it easier to run an outline and then go back through and remove everything from within that outline. I could probably have these in my offhand, couldn't I? Oh, I forgot about the dirt thing. That's annoying. Oh, yeah, that's a pain. I think something that Minecraft does well that people don't do super well when they're building, unless they're really paying attention, is creating really sheer faces. Like I feel like if after I go up 2 or 3 in a row, my brain says, oh, I should start to make this, you know, a softer grade. And I think that's something that Minecraft does very well, is having very, very steep situations. So that's why I'm not really overthinking this. I'm just replacing the dirt as I see it. Mostly. Now there is some andesite here that I might switch to. Although this looks pretty good as stone, so maybe we'll leave that. See, here I might want it to go down a little bit. Makes a little bit more sense to me. Kiwi be good. Hello, welcome in. Right, so here's where the andesite is. And this is where we could probably keep it going. Or I could overlap the stone. Probably the easiest thing to do. Oh, out of stone. Word Nerdify, good to see you. This is the kind of project I would start off neatly, and then around 10 minutes in I would get distracted and start the other end in the middle. Yeah, I've been kind of broad stroking the idea, kind of like starting at the top, giving that horizontal line at the top. I feel like a lot of this stuff helps or is helped by having borders. So when you're doing stuff like this, I feel like it's helpful to have the visual borders. So like having that line that I drew at the top there to work towards. See, this I feel like could be fun if it was andesite. And probably a little bit fancier. So I'll leave this here like that. And then this back part can be stone. Sometimes it's easier to work from below, sometimes it's easier to work from above. Cosmic, thanks for the reminder, appreciate it. We will stick to those breaks today. Yeah, so even that subtle texture change of changing that to andesite, I think will help that stand out a little bit. And it'll echo the andesite we have going on over there too. So I'm not terribly worried about dirt and grass and stuff despawning. Folks, if you're new to the channel, I take a break about once an hour, and it is rolling up on that time. So I'm going to step away for a few minutes, grab another glass of water, maybe a little bit of a stretch. You should too. Let some friends know that we're streaming live, and we'll be back in about 5 or 6 minutes. Let's see if we can make this little andesite rock outcrop look a little fancier. Just to get that done. So little spots like this where it will make sense to, instead of putting in a solid block there, we'll put in a slab. And it'll just make it look a little bit nicer. Just little things like that. I've obviously done a little bit of work along here because it's not like that sand was obviously removed at some point. And I guess this whole thing would be andesite like right back to here. I need more blocks. Not quite a top hat, but we'll certainly make sure it has enough shape to stand out. The idea is that, you know, when you have something like that that's so close to the town, I kind of want it to look cool. We may have to do something different with what's behind it too. Right, so that should finish that section off there. Oh, missed the top. Oops. So just little things like adding these slabs will help with making the shape look a little bit more interesting. Remove some stuff like this. Should have made more slabs. Aldebar, hello, hello. Hope you're doing well. That should be enough. Maybe we can take this down a little bit too. Yeah, better. Maybe this has to come back. Like that. EladJenkins, tier 1 subscription, 13 months, the lucky 13. Thanks ever so much. Appreciate the support. Hope you're having a good Thursday. My Thursday's been pretty normal. Not a lot to report. And say these would probably be andesite there as well. Not that this is going to really matter, but I feel like this is a good spot to kind of have the overlap go back the other way. Yeah, that works. Yeah, that looks significantly like a different kind of rock sticking out. Nothing too crazy. Nice. Today's an extra day, so we don't feel about doing nothing. Oh, I guess, yeah, it's the leap year day, isn't it? Well, Word notified the boulder was mostly there. I just kind of tweaked what the Minecraft generation had given us. It's a lot faster when you're not dealing with the snow caps. You don't have to think about that. That part's nice. The falling, not so much. Ugh. Yeah, that's the part that I'm not a fan of. But that gets us that entire east face of this main mountain, I think, turned into stone. Well, no, I've not completely gone up that high. So let's say you're coming up this road, and as you turn the corner, yeah, it's a big difference. Big difference. I do need to replace that wall with something. What are the different walls in the game that we could put up there? I guess I could use maybe like a brick wall. Like a red brick wall. Even a stone brick wall might be just enough texture to separate it, you know? Cobblestone might also work. One of the deep slates might be good. Polished deep slate would probably be the best one. Got one of those right here. Seeing as it's dark oak, that might work out the best. I think I've done that there too. Right? Big difference. You can see the whole thing. I'm less worried about the top. The top is fine. But we don't have anything in different colors outside of glass that does that, right? We don't have anything else in that realm. The only thing I could do would be to do something like give a fence post to an armor stand, and I don't want to get into that. Oh, iron bars. There's no... Yeah, panes. There's nothing that I can think of. The problem is that I have so much dirt that I have to manage by removing it. Do I have another shulker somewhere? I think I do. Oh, right. Anvil got broken. Got the recipe wrong. Oh, I didn't see what number dirt shulker that is. 3, 5, 2. Well, that doesn't help. Why am I missing one? Fine. So 1, 2, 3, this is 4, I guess. Don't know what to do with that other ore. Guess I can put it in there for now. Oh, didn't put the iron away. Whoops. Talking earlier about early days of Minecraft, if you were to start over again on a new server, are there things you would do differently within your early days in the Citadel? Yeah, I probably wouldn't do that many community farms because I think that by being the person that is the most active on the server and by doing a whole bunch of community farms, while it did help everybody out, it also meant that there was not a lot of interaction needed. So like if I had my own iron farm or my own moss farm, and I was the only one that had one on the server, then there'd be a lot more interaction between friends to be like, hey, can I get some iron? Do you want to meet up and do something? Or, hey, can I have some iron? I've got sand, or I've got these things that I can offer you in return. So I think that that was one of the things that I would do differently. That's almost full too. Yeah, I don't know. I think it would be kind of fun to have less of a theme, and I don't know. I do sort of miss some of the early Dartmouth Meadows philosophy of just like, yeah, just make it look good. It doesn't really matter any kind of particular style. Know that you're going to be building within, you know, a couple hundred blocks of people and just kind of be cordial and stuff. That was fun. But as your sites get larger, you tend to have to go farther afield, which means that you end up not being near anyone. So that was the other thing. I built all of the farms in one spot. And so it ended up being a great place at first, but then as time went on, those farms weren't loaded, so we're not seeing the benefits. Yeah, see, here's where I start to get dizzy. A lot of the back and forth. Like a mountain climber, one of those hammocks that hangs off the side of the of the build of the mountain where they sleep. Wouldn't catch me doing that in a million years. Mountain pig, you exist. Might have to mine around you. Nope. Missed a spot over here. All right, pig, make a jump for it. This is where it starts to get tedious when it gets really steep. The top part was easier. Mountain pig has always been there. It's his mountain? Well, I guess technically, sure. I find that looking up in Minecraft will also make me dizzy. I guess I should have jumped up there when I had the chance. Mountain pig is supposed to go bungee jumping? Well, that or for a swim. I don't know at what Y level the snow stops accumulating. Does anybody know? I'm sure that's a simple Wikipedia search. Or Minecraft wiki shirts, I should say. Yeah, definitely becomes a lot faster without the snow. Can't reach that. I can't believe I made that jump. I feel like I've lost my section where I was working. Maybe I should start from the top again. I've missed a spot here somehow. I'm not doing too bad. Not doing too bad. Yeah, I feel like sometimes the top down is a little bit more straightforward. Certainly easier with your reach until you get to the real steep parts, maybe. Oops. Yeah, and then you just pop down, and then you can very clearly see where you left off. Oh, and I guess I should be doing that on the way down, because now I've got to go back up here and do the snow. Do the snow as I go, I guess. The snow height is biome dependent. Oh, okay. This is currently a windswept hills biome. Yeah, so here's where it becomes tricky because I can't reach a lot of what I need to reach. This is going to be very tricky. It's very steep. We've been lucking out, I think, the first couple sessions here. About here, maybe? Whoops. I have to say, in just a couple of short hours, we've got a fair amount done. Not to mention a lot of just logistics, like managing some dirt and stone and shulker boxes and stuff like that. It might be easiest to do this, you know, just slowly climb up by removing and then counting. And rinse and repeat. Although, not the most exciting thing. I think that's everything there. We'll go up. Oh, nope. Now we've hit the bottom. Well, since we're down here, might as well just do these ones. And then this stuff all over here for slow and steady, I guess. But we are starting to get around the bend, and once we hit this face, like that's about a third of it, maybe half of it done. It's weird how you just end up counting in your head over and over again. Well, the dirt layer seems to be pretty uniform. Oh my gosh, I'm actually out of stone. See, this is going to be important from this other lookout over here. We've got this back garden on the mansion. So when you're here, oh, I missed a spot. Or when you're back down here in the garden, right? Like, that'll look really impressive when it's all done. Don't think we need the andesite anymore. I was like, there's one spot around here. Can I reach it? I think so. There was another one over here too. Somewhere. There it is. Definitely don't want to leave things like half done. I like to try and log out when I've completed at least a sensible portion of a task. But my eyeballs have probably reached about the limit. No plans to add lighting to the mountains, no. Nope, I do not. Generally speaking, they're far enough away that they don't spawn anything. And it's not like it's a place where I'm going to be walking around, right? Oh, for mob prevention? Well, the snow does a lot of that. And I think the lower levels are actually close enough to the player where they won't spawn. I could be wrong. I don't know. I hate it when I miss jumps like that. Yeah, it does seem to flow a lot better when you've got layers that are closer together. Which makes sense. I mean, just less reach, less travel. You can see more of what you're doing. Just so much dirt. I knew this was going to be a big task when I thought about it. Way back when I first started building this town. But it was one of those things where like, nah. I want to make sure that the town is going to be a thing that I stick to before I actually take the time to finish the mountain. So it makes sense that I left it until last, I guess. Mountain chicken is not as revered as mountain pig. Where can I throw this? Certainly getting there. It does feel really good when you get all the way down to the water. Now this is going to have a cliff over there, so I'm going to make sure that I'm spending the time on the places that matter. And the places that don't, I don't want to take a lot of time. Oh, boo! Subscribing at tier 1 for 26 months. Appreciate the fact that you're lurking around there. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Thanks for all the resubs today, folks. I really appreciate it. Okay. I think that's where I need to leave it for today. We'll go up and take a look from a higher vantage point here. So you can see where I left off. But yeah, I think that looks pretty good. I might have made these a little bit too smooth when I was changing them. But we'll take a look at those later. I like this. I like the kind of that staggered in the corner. A couple of these things might be better to be staggered a little bit more, but it's good. I like it. And if we back up a bit, it makes a big difference even down here. Not going to be a big difference with the sun going down. Better when the sun is up. I'll sleep here in a couple minutes. If a moderator can throw some options for raids in the chat, that would be fantastic. Don't know who's live right now, but I would like to continue your Minecraft afternoon. Yeah, see, it's kind of in shadow right now, but I think that works. It'll look really interesting when we have the sun behind us. Had a really good time yesterday recording a new episode of the Citadel Cafe with Pixelriffs, actually. He came on to talk about Avatar: The Last Airbender, which we reviewed and talked spoilers about that first season on Netflix. And we also have a new episode of the Spawn Chunks out. Same thing with Pixelriffs. That came out on Monday. And what did we talk about on Monday? Oh, the add-ons. Add-ons in Bedrock. That's what we did. Add-ons in Bedrock. As well as some emails, and it was our roundtable for February. So I was actually talking about long-term plans and how I think about builds and all that kind of stuff. We can raid Exuma. Exuma Void sounds like a great raid. Thanks, Cosmic. GrandpaCrafter is in full tilt. It's a very popular spot. I think people would probably enjoy Exuma's channel. That's really cool. Really solid silhouette, right? Even though it's all gray and we're getting some low light right now. That's really cool. I'm gonna wait and sleep because I feel like looking at that during the morning will be very cool as well. There's a bed in here somewhere, I think. You see it from out here? Oh yeah. That's cool. Man, my frame rates today when I got shaders on are really, really low. 37, 38. Feels a lot lower than that. So yeah, we've got new episodes of both podcasts. I'm actually editing one where Steven ESC and I talked about Echo, the new, or all newish, the latest, I guess, Marvel series with that character Echo. She's a First Nations superhero. It was actually a really cool show. I don't remember the actor that plays her, but she is both First Nations, deaf, and an amputee. And the character and the actor share all of those attributes. It was a really, really cool presentation. The show could have been a little bit better, but overall, I think the actor did a really good job. It was more about the writing and stuff. All right, let's take a look now that we've reset the sunshine. Oh man, frames are abysmal. See, that's really cool. I like the way that looks. Nice contrast with the trees. We'll back up and look to make sure that the tower has good contrast too. I'm sure it does. But I'll be back again tomorrow when I will be probably finishing up the Lego build that we've been working on. That is the one-step Polaroid camera, the SX70 build. Oh yeah, that looks great. That's 1 o'clock Atlantic, UTC minus 4 hours. And then we'll be back here in Minecraft on the weekend. Same thing, 1 o'clock. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is when I stream. And even that change really helps make this feel good. Now imagine all of this just straight across the whole thing, as far as you can see. So we might do a little bit of sculpting here to kind of remove some of this stuff. It might be worth it to take this down and have this stick out as a silhouette, but for now, looks pretty good. I dig it. We're going to pass you on to Eximovoid. In the meantime, make sure you leave a follow here on the channel. And if you haven't already, check out patreon.com/JoelDuggan. It's one of the best ways to support your favorite creators. And it's a great way to keep me streaming. It's very affordable. It's only $2 a month. And the more consistent support that I can get, the more I can stream. I'd love to add another stream day. So it's getting there. And I really appreciate all the eyeballs and all the watches on the VODs. You can actually watch some VODs on Joel Duggan VODs on YouTube. And that channel actually has some advertising. And that is another way that you can support me without any real money out of pocket from you, which I truly appreciate. So tell your friends, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Bye for now.